Hello family, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela, and here on this channel, I create beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content, in particular for the woman over 40. Now today's video is going to be just a little chit chat, but what I'm really excited about, first of all, let me just say that this is a new camera lens. Normally I shoot with a different lens, so that is why it may look a little bit different. And this new lens allows me to have like a nice buttery, blurry background. I have this candle smells amazing. Anyway, but it allows me to have a nice blurry background. And I want to kind of change things up just a tiny bit, see if I could elevate my YouTube channel just a little bit. But anyway, my biggest surprise today is I am going to go live on YouTube for the very first time, and I'm gonna do that at 3:30. If you're watching this video, I put this video out at 2:30, so just do a small little chit chat and just kind of tell you kind of what's been going on with me. But more so, I wanted to engage with you all because there's a lot going on, and myself and a lot of my friends are, we're going through life. There's menopause, and there's just a lot of unease going on in this country right now. And I just want to have a moment to see how you're doing now. So I do have a few questions, and I think we can answer these questions or discuss these questions when I do my YouTube live at 3:30. The goal is to stay on at least an hour, 3:30 to 4:30. But if this is anything like my monthly Zoom call, it may last up to an hour and a half. We'll see. So my first question, as your internet sister or your internet auntie or your internet girlfriend or cousin, is how are you? And I'm asking that because I do a lot of social media, and I was watching Duvall. I don't know if you know Duvall and Kay. I love seeing them and their family grow. But he was saying that he asked his son, how are you? And he thought it was just going to be a very 5-minute short conversation. It ended up being a very long conversation. And he thought that, just like most of us, because we go around and say, hey girl, how you doing? But we expect, oh, I'm doing fine. Or, it could be better. But like, truly, how are you? Like, we rarely stop and say, how are you? And sit and listen for an honest response so that we can get an honest answer. And we ask it in a way where people feel comfortable and okay saying, I'm not doing so well. This is how I'm doing. Like, asking in a way that they feel like you're okay with having a conversation. It's okay for them to vent. And so I'm asking, how are you? Because I really want to know, and I pray that you're doing okay. But if you're like a lot of us, we have moments in life where things are just not okay, but I pray that you're doing okay. So that's my first question. And my second question is, have you called your girlfriends? Have you called your friend who's close enough for you to call and say, girl, hey, how you doing? Are you okay? How is your heart doing right now? I know, things may or may not be going well, but I just want to call and check in. And if you can't call, at least in a text message, but a phone call is so much better. Just a check-in to say, how are you doing? I was just thinking about you. Those sort of phone calls always hit home with me and make me feel seen and heard, validated and loved. I try to, even if I can't call, if somebody crosses my mind, I'll send them a text message, especially if I'm in the middle of something. Hey, how you doing? You crossed my mind, just thinking about you. I pray everything is okay. That sort of thing. The next question is, if you're going through menopause or perimenopause, how are you on your journey? If you're just started, because I, unfortunately, have been going through menopause for years now. I have one of my very close girlfriends who went through menopause in less than a year. I personally have been going through menopause for almost 8 years now. Is that horrible? Almost 8 years. But here recently, just found a practitioner who is really great at regulating what's right for my personal journey. That being said, I still have moments where I struggle. And I had one of those moments yesterday. I could not get it together. Like it felt like an horrible case of PMS, which I haven't had a menstrual cycle in years, but I remember what it felt like, and it just felt like an overwhelming case of PMS. I just felt like crying, and I was like, I feel like I'm pregnant. God knows I'm not. I felt like crying. I had the brain fog. I couldn't think. I wasn't anxious. I just felt extremely sad, just stressed, and I just feel like I need to do something. My husband was like, okay. He was like, won't you put a little Kahlua in your coffee, just help you just kind of relax a little bit. And I am not a huge drinker, but I love myself a spiked coffee. And I already had my little Starbucks horchata coffee. Now, if you have not tried horchata from Starbucks and you like your coffee sweet, try the horchata with a couple of pumps of white mocha. It is so good. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'll try just a little Kahlua. And I drank that, and 15 minutes later, I didn't give it enough time. 15 minutes later, I still wasn't relaxed. And I said, you know what? I've been in the house a lot lately. Haven't grounded myself. Let me go outside. The sun was shining. So let me go outside barefoot in the backyard where the grass feels like carpet. Barefoot on the grass, and then just let the sun shine on my face for 15 minutes. Now, if you've been watching, you know that I have a garden out back, and I still have at least 20 cantaloupes and honeydew melons growing. Not gonna make sure I don't do that next year. That was just a lot of work. And then I had a lot of tomato plants and stuff that has started dying off. Went over there and started, messing in my garden for a few minutes. My husband was like, you want me to turn on this misting fan? I said, no. I'm only gonna be out here for 15 minutes. I got a lot of work to do in my office. Child, I stayed out. I was outside at least 4 hours. At least 4 hours. He came outside, hooked the water up to the misting fan. It's a big metal industrial fan that he set on the ground. Hook the water hose up to the back of it, and it just sprays a nice mist. It feels so good if it's hot outside. And you can just move it around and sit it wherever you want it to go. It was just so good. I ended up spending that 4 hours out there pulling down vines and pulling up tomato plants that, some of them were still producing, like the small tomatoes, not the large tomatoes. Pear tomatoes and little cherry tomatoes. Some of them were still producing, but like 3/4 of the plant had died, and some of the watermelon plants and the cucumber honeydew melon plants, and I said cucumber plants, they were dying off. So I needed to clean all of that up, because all that whole garden back there is mine. My husband will help me, bring the dirt in, move stuff I want to, but it's been my garden. And so by the time I finished, and I was barefoot almost the entire time. By the time I finished, I felt 150% better. My emotions had regulated. I felt fine. I felt normal. So I say all that to say, if you're having a moment, listen to your body. Do whatever your body, I ain't gonna say what you want to do, because menopause having you thinking some crazy thoughts. But if you feel like you need to rest, then rest. If you feel like you need to stop and relax, or stop and watch television, stop and regroup, stop and get yourself together, do whatever brings you joy, whatever takes your mind off of how you feel right now that can be productive and of benefit to you. And for me, it's doing something with my hands. It's gardening, it's exercising, it's creating, doing crafts. It's something, sewing. It's something that has to do with my hands where I'm completely engrossed in what I'm doing. And now my garden looks great. So I'll be starting to plant my fall crops, whatever those are, mostly beans, because my husband loves beans. I think I'm gonna plant some more tomato plants, because it's warm enough here in Texas where we can have a second growing season for tomatoes, and maybe some pepper seeds, and see if they grow. So I did that. But just, how is your menopause journey going? Have you had moments recently where you were just having a not so positive, a difficult day, and how did you handle that? And I am a Christian, so I pray a lot, and I'm very, very thankful. I thank God on a regular basis, even if there's not a moment right now where I'm thinking about something that I need to be thankful for, I just stop and say thank you, because there probably have been so many times that I didn't even think to say thank you that I should have. And so I'm always praying and thanking God and praising him for who he is and who he is in my life and what he's done and what he's going to do. I see him moving in magnificent ways in my friends' lives, and so I'm always so thankful for that. So I'm thanking him for that too. And a lot of times I lean on that, but yesterday I just could not get myself together, so I was able to do that. And so I'm asking this because sometimes you just have nobody to talk to. Sometimes I have girlfriends that I could talk to. Yesterday, I didn't reach out right away. One of my girlfriends, my close girlfriends, is on vacation on a girls trip, and the other one was taking care of her children. And you know, even though I know they don't mind, I just couldn't even think to call them yesterday. They would have answered, but I just want you to know, if you have those days on your journey, that it's natural, and most of us have those days. Hopefully you have a practitioner that can help you through these challenges. I know there are some ladies that don't believe in hormone replacement therapy. There are some ladies who can't take hormone replacement therapy. And then there are a lot of ladies who can. Honey?
Got your little chicken wing.
Oh, thank you, honey. Oh, that smells so good. I am. I'm gonna eat in front of everybody. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Oh my God, it's so good.
Good?
It's so good. It doesn't even need any barbecue sauce.
No.
That's really good.
Yeah, I did something a little different.
It's really good. Thank you. Anyway. So those are the two questions that I had. Those are the few questions I had for you. I'll try to show you a little footage of my time in Montana. Again, when I'm out of town, I try to stay in the moment. I do try to capture some of it, but let me just tell you the best thing about Montana. First of all, this trip, it was my birthday. Ben has an adopted brother. His birthday, Papa's birthday, who is Ben's father, his birthday, and Ben's brother-in-law's birthday. All of our birthdays were within, I think, 5 days of each other. And so we had like a cookout and celebration. I didn't get any footage of that. But so I was there to celebrate and just relax. And it was just, Montana is so beautiful. And it's just so beautiful right now. Like when you land and you go into the airport, and now there's an airport in Kalispell. But when you come out of the airport, for me, myself personally, it is the most beautiful airport view when you walk out of the airport that I have personally ever experienced. All you see is the mountains, and it is just gorgeous, and the air is so fresh and so crisp and so clean. It's just so amazing. Hey, honey.
Hey, baby. Welcome to Montana.
Welcome to Montana. Look at the mountains. Now, that is the most beautiful airport view I've ever seen. I've been a lot of places, but I've not seen an airport view like this
if you
coming
look
out. This
to the
is
left,
stunning.
see the gap in the mountains there?
In
Just beyond
between?
it, right behind that tree there,
Okay.
is Glacier Park. You can see some of the tips of some of the mountains back
Oh
there.
wow, that's Glacier Park?
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
Yep. Right here you can see one of the mountains just way in the back.
Oh, I see it. I see it. And that right now, within the last few weeks, it is peak cherry season. If you have never had a cherry that was picked off the trees a few days ago or yesterday or today, you do not know what you're missing. I ate probably $150 worth of cherries in 2 days. I had the regular cherries, and then there was a yellow cherry with a red bottom. They were so good. I love fresh fruit, and it was just so good. And then we just went out yard selling. I haven't been to yard sales in a long time. I love going to a good yard sale. Me and Ben and Sinesta, Ben's sister and her husband, and they stopped by and it got acai bowls. I was like, no, I'm a texture person, and having those little chia seeds, I was, can't do it. And then they were big, and I felt like I was gonna waste my money. And she was telling Ben to taste it, and this is how you do it once you get it. They have a lot of little acai bowl trucks, little like food trucks for acai bowls, which I thought were fascinating, which are really good. But it was just nice being there and relaxing and talking to Ben's family and his father, who is so full of wisdom. You ever met somebody that you just like to sit and talk to them, or just not talk to them, listen to them talk? Like, you know, like they say, sit at the foot of the elders and just listen to what they have to say. He is one of those people. Like, I was calling my girlfriends when I got home, like, this is what Ben's father said today. You know, we was talking about raising children and stuff. So it was wonderful. And we had the opportunity to buy Ben's adopted brother some boots, because he wanted some boots like, they told us that he wanted some boots like Ben's daddy, and he started crying when we took him to the store. It was like, I told him, let's go, I need you to go with us and bring some socks. And he was so surprised when we got him boots. He was so happy. Just had a nice time. I think that's all for right now. Again, at 3:30, I'm gonna go live on YouTube. So once you see this video, you hang up and just look at the clock, and you wanna set yourself a little timer, and I will be live on YouTube for at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And I hope to see you there. Okay? Bye-bye.